Hey guys, it's Sasha. Last night it became official. Elon Musk has completed his acquisition of Twitter, and naturally enough, he fired the dimwits who had been running the place within seconds of the deal going through. Parag Agrawal, the ex-CEO of Twitter, was walked out of the building immediately. Chief Financial Officer Ned Siegel was also immediately thrown out, and Vijay Gadde, the legal chief, who famously attacked Elon Musk publicly just because he had the audacity to try and acquire the company that she worked at, was sacked on the spot. I am actually quite confused as to what she was doing in that role, because the public statements she had been making repeatedly and the decisions she had been enforcing clearly show a gross level of incompetence and complete ineptitude. As the most senior legal person at Twitter, she was responsible for banning anyone she didn't personally like because they happened to not share her worldview, including Donald Trump last year. In case you don't remember how tenuous that decision was, here is the official Twitter statement from the time that she either wrote or signed off on along with the CEO. The two tweets that got Trump banned are: "The 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape or form. And to all those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Now, I know a lot of you are not Trump fans. I am not either. At all. I prefer to think for myself and not join random political clubs and then defend every single thing people in that club say. But you do have to have some kind of brain damage, whether you are right-leaning or left-leaning, to read these specific two tweets and determine that these two tweets are, according to Vijay Gadde, glorification of violence. Now, sure, Trump was a sore loser in the election, big time, but if this sort of tweet justifies a lifetime ban, I am guessing maybe 99% of all Twitter users should also be banned for expressing any kind of view that in any way whatsoever may be impolite or could be disagreed with by others. And there is a reason why Elon Musk started to take over Twitter earlier this year, and the reason is that Twitter has the potential to be the dominant place for public discourse and debate about key issues. But debate and genuine discussion is somewhat difficult when the platform issues lifetime bans, gets rid of everyone on one side of the conversation, and then makes arbitrary decisions as to what is and is not true, even when things are subjective, and determines what you are or are not allowed to post on Twitter. Now, Elon Musk walked into Twitter HQ on Wednesday night with a kitchen sink, bringing to life the "let that sink in" meme. I thought it was pretty funny, but best of all, it got the acquisition story a crazy amount of international news coverage completely for free. Well, not quite for free, for the price of one kitchen sink. So Elon Musk is continuing the thing that he has been doing with Tesla of being extremely good with completely free advertising. Late on in the evening last night, Elon Musk tweeted, "The bird is freed," as the deal was finally complete. Shares for Twitter will be suspended from trading before the market opens today, according to the New York Stock Exchange, and all existing Twitter shareholders will at some point in the coming days receive the $54.20 per share that Elon Musk has paid for it. It depends on your brokerage and a million other things as to exactly when that will come through. Earlier on in the day, Elon Musk posted a note addressed to Twitter advertisers, and it's really interesting. So here is what it says. "I wanted to reach out personally to share my motivation in acquiring Twitter. There has been much speculation about why I bought Twitter and what I think about advertising. Most of it has been wrong. The reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important for the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. There is currently great danger that social media will splinter into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society." And from where I am sitting, there is a lot of truth in what Elon is saying. Just in the last few years, the gap between the left and the right has widened. Whether you're in the US, UK, many other countries, being a centrist moderate is no longer an acceptable place for a politician. Just 30 years ago, Ross Perot ran as a centrist independent candidate in the US general election against Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush, and he managed to get 19% of the popular vote, a huge result for a centrist independent. Fast forward to today, And that is nigh on impossible. Left-leaning parties like the Democrats have swung massively left. Some of the most prominent Democrats today, like Bernie Sanders and AOC, would be seen as extremely left-wing a couple of decades ago. And at the same time, the same is true for right-leaning parties like the Republicans. The narrative has swung much, much further to the right, with a rise of a new alt-right movement, new groups being formed, whichever side of the fence you're on. The gap between the two has widened considerably, and any semblance of a reasonable debate has been completely lost. So then, Elon Musk says, in the relentless pursuit of clicks, much of traditional media has fueled and catered to those polarized extremes, as they believe that is what brings in the money. But in doing so, the opportunity for dialogue is lost. That is why I bought Twitter. I didn't do it because it would be easy, and it really wasn't easy. The Twitter board did everything they could to stop the deal going through, because they know that Elon is going to publish exactly how dirty the insides of the decision-making circles and the code at Twitter have been. I am guessing that they spent the last few months erasing as much evidence as possible, but I am looking forward to whatever it is that does get dug up that will come out. Apparently, Elon has already brought in teams of his engineers last night to start doing the initial mapping of the Twitter code to understand what the fuck is actually going on in there. I didn't do it to make more money. I did it to try to help humanity whom I love. And I do so with humility, recognizing that failure in pursuing this goal, despite our best efforts, is a very real possibility. And on the one hand, this may be true. I am guessing Elon could have spent the same amount of time, the same amount of money and energy this year and reinvested it into his other businesses like SpaceX or Tesla, and you would probably make far more money on the back of it. But then again, the stock market has absolutely tanked this year, and Elon is buying Twitter at a huge premium to what its share price would be otherwise. So it is convenient to say something like this, that you're not in it for the money when you're clearly overpaying by $20-odd billion. But I am guessing Elon is still planning to make money from Twitter. It's not going to be a charity project. Let's see what he says next. That said, Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. In addition to adhering to the laws of the land, our platform must be warm and welcoming to all, where you can choose your desired experience according to your preferences, just as you can choose, for example, to see movies or play video games ranging from all ages to mature. A pretty good point. We all have different levels of tolerance and sensibilities, and it makes sense to allow users to customize what they do and do not want to engage with on a public platform. So if you're a snowflake, you are able to go and wrap yourself in cotton wool and only listen to whichever echo chamber it is that you want to listen to. Or you can go and take in all the sides of a debate and decide for yourself with your own brain what to make of it. I also very much believe that advertising, when done right, can delight, entertain, and inform you. It can show you a service or a product or a medical treatment that you never knew existed but is right for you. For this to be true, it is essential to show Twitter users advertising that is as relevant as possible to their needs. Low relevancy ads are spam, but highly relevant ads are actually content. Now, I am not sure I agree with Elon on that front. This is going to be that one point. I get that if you see a hyper useful ad for something you actually really want, especially if you didn't realize you wanted it at the right exact moment when you want it, it can be handy. It does sometimes happen. Rarely, but it does. But the truth is, even very personalized ads are really fucking annoying as hell. You can dress it up how you want, and Twitter needs to make money just like everybody else. And you probably saw an ad before this video here on YouTube. That is how I earn my money. If you choose to watch the whole ad, I get to make a bit more money. So thank you very much if you do that. And some of my videos also have sponsors, like the sponsor of today's video, which is my Patreon. Go and subscribe if you want to chat in the Discord, get member-only content, live updates, and everything else. But seriously, let's not pretend ads are actually good content, because in 99.9% of cases, they are not. They are rubbish. They are the way that people can make money and provide content that is otherwise free. It is how we make money on the internet. Fundamentally, Twitter aspires to be the most respected advertising platform in the world that strengthens your brand and grows your enterprise. To everyone who has partnered with us, I thank you. Let us build something extraordinary together. And this is an important point. If Elon achieves his mission of making Twitter the place to discuss current events, key issues globally, where some of the most powerful people in the world convene and actually publicly debate things, the power of advertising potential cannot be overstated. Think of the most popular squares in the city where you live, where people gather to discuss things, meet each other. Think of Piccadilly Circus in London in the UK. Think of the Times Square in New York. Do you know where the most crazy expensive advertising space in the world is? Where there is a crazy number of billboards because they happen to be on the town square around which traffic and debate are centered. This can happen to Twitter digitally. And I hope it does happen. As a Twitter user, I hope we see proper user verification that isn't based on the personal preference of a random idiot in the Twitter management team, but based on actual need, actual ability to identify genuine accounts. I hope that Twitter finally stops pretending that there isn't a bot issue on Twitter and actually starts doing something about the spam problem, because it really is not hard to identify a brand new account that has copied the entire profile and picture of another user and begins spamming people with the same comment 10,000 times a minute. And before the usual idiots in the comment section write their usual tripe, yes, I have built large-scale tech systems in banking and across other tech sectors, and I am fully aware of how large tech distributed systems operate. And putting in checks to prevent someone impersonating someone by copying everything and then spamming thousands of identical comments on Twitter is not technically difficult if you actually wanted to do it. And didn't try to maybe artificially inflate your daily active user numbers, but given that Twitter is now a private company and there aren't a bunch of useless idiots, execs who get rewards for the number of daily active users and are therefore incentivized against identifying and deleting bots, I expect the user experience on the platform to improve very fast. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and as always, I'll see you guys later.